Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm gonna be playing some Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty on my RTX. Oh, sorry, my connector just disconnected. Let me just... Sorry about that, guys. So I will be playing on my RTX Tough OC 5070 Ti system, which is paired with a Ryzen 7 7800X3D, and I've got 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. So this is on a QD-OLED 1440p monitor. It's an ASUS model and it's 360 Hz. So here are the settings of... I will try different settings, but we are going to start with NVIDIA DLAA, and ray reconstruction is on. I'm gonna apply that. Frame generation is off and ray tracing is on, and the lighting will be ultra. Path tracing at the moment is off. I will turn it on later with frame gen. Everything else is maxed out. So let's get into the game and see how much frames we can get pretty much natively. So this is in the most the DLC area is really demanding. You can see the reflections in the water there, the reflections of those neon lights up there. I am using a mouse and a keyboard. I also do use my controller, which disconnected earlier at the beginning of the video, for driving mainly. You can see those reflections of that building over there. So we are currently sitting at an average of 56% and 1% loss of 42. But it doesn't feel nice. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't feel real nice playing at these settings. There you go. More reflections of that puddle of water there. Looks stunning. So let me just run around for the next few minutes and see how much 1% loss we get and how much average frames we get with these settings. Who said that? One thing I've got to mention was my Tough OC. It's factory overclocked. Having said that though, I've also done an additional overclocking. I've added 400 megahertz on the core clock, and I've added another 3000 megahertz on the memory clock, and then the power limit is maxed out to 210%. So that's why I'm getting over 3 gigahertz, like 3.1, 3.2 sometimes.
Quick, get her done.
Yeah, if you got the scratch.
Okay, so after running around for the last 5 minutes or so, we are still maintaining an average of 59, 60 frames per second. and 1% loss of 47. Just like I said, with a QD-OLED monitor, this game looks beautiful, but at these settings, it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel good. So what I'm gonna do is, let's try DLSS quality and see how much more frames we get. I'm gonna go back to the area that I started again, and then I'll just run around the same area just for consistency purposes. You can see those palm trees reflected in that palm tree there, reflected in the water. Alright, so there you go, guys. Native DLAA, you get an average of 58 and 1% loss of 46. How much would you get if you use DLSS quality? Right, so I'll just pop in the quality, leave everything as is, and get back into the game again. Start our MSI afterburner, FPS counter, and we are 92, 93. Reflections, they still look the same. There you go. That puddle of water, you can see the reflection of that building over there. And that construction site over there. Wow, it looks good. Okay, for some reason, this area didn't have these reflections as good as they are now with DLSS quality. I did come to this area before when I had DLAA. So I guess DLSS quality is better than native then. What else can I? And that golden fleece logo there. So average is 97 from 58 from 57. So that's how many? That's about 40. That's 40 FPS additional. And just look at those neon lights. Sorry guys, I'm just admiring the game. Sometimes you just run around without doing anything by just looking at the environment. That's cyberpunk for you. You end up just... Is this a casino? You just end up running around enjoying the environment. So I came through up here.
Why the hell did they even come here? We have to tell the August boys about it.
Said. The prior owner just used it on weekends, cruising around North Oak.
Okay guys, so DLSS quality, that was an additional 40 to 45 frames per second. And for the 1% loss, you get an additional 15 to 20. It was 46, I think, so that's 20. And it looks good, it feels good. The reflections on some areas looked better than native. So I would definitely play with this. And you can even add, would I add frame gen? In this case, I probably wouldn't. If I do add frame gen, it will probably be 2x. 2x. Okay, now let's go back to that same area again. And then I'm going to change the settings and we will try frame gen. I think we will do 3x. It's getting dark now. The reflections even look better. Okay, so that was DLSS quality, 1% loss of 66 and average of, it was 97. Now that I've just gone to the settings, it's bumping up because it's not working hard. All right, we'll go back to the settings. I am going to get the frame gen on and apply it, and I'll see you when I've restarted the game, because I've got frame gen on now. So it's DLSS quality and I've got DLSS frame generation at 3x. Everything else is still the same as before. Ray tracing is on and it's on ultra for the lighting, and everything else remains as they were before, and still 2K. Nothing has changed. Okay, let's run around again for the next 4 or 5 minutes and see how much frames we get. So 223. Let's look at that puddle of water and see. The reflections still look good. There's a gunfight going on somewhere. I can hear gunshots. Oh, it might be up there. Should I go and join the fight? Now I'm just gonna run around for a few minutes. So we're sitting at 200. It's above 200. And the 1% loss of 58. I'm just trying to look at the textures to see if still look good. Facial features, that jacket is sharp. You can see the details as well, even if it's frame gen is on. Hey buddy.
My, oh my, look at him, so handsome.
Groupie.
You have nothing better to do?
Alright, so there you go guys. So with frame gen on at 3x, you will be looking at average of 220, 1% loss of 60. I think the 1% loss will still remain as the previous setting, I think. Don't quote me on that one. So I can definitely play this game with these settings. I'm not going to use 4X. I think 4X is a bit too much for me. I only use FrameGen 3X most of the time. Should I find some trouble? Let me go look for drama. See if we can maintain these frames. Right, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enable path tracing with FrameGen of 3X. So settings again, graphics, path tracing. So we will have path tracing on, and then obviously to automatically turn off the ray tracing and apply. Okay, now we've got path tracing on at DLSS quality and FrameGen at 3X. Let's see. $162.
Picked up the scavengers yesterday.
Reflections are still immaculate. They are still so good. So we have an average of 160 with path tracing on. Still feels smooth to me.
Mom? When are we going back to Night City? We will see. Mom is doing important research.
Pretty great last night, wasn't it?
Don't remember, sir.
Yeah. Honestly.
The shadows are, you can really see them. Hey, like I thought there was a glass. BD Shack. Open. Okay, so this is it, guys. So with path tracing on, frame generation 3X, DLSS quality, you will get around 165. Would I play with these settings? Definitely. Looks nice. It feels good. Right, look at that there. That, hang on. see those reflections there. So good. Alright, so that's it guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and put a comment.